In this video, we talk about Anwar's visit to both superpowers, US and China, how the incoming target subsidies will impact Malaysians and Malaysian counters maybe, and most importantly, the fact that foreign investors are actually back, at least only in some counters. This video is not financial advice, and we do own some shares mentioned on the slides. Hey guys, if you're interested in building a 6 to 7 figure portfolio using the power of stock investing, head over to the comment section or the description to sign up for our free masterclass so that we share with you exactly how we do it. So I think it's around, we can say almost 8 years actually, now that you think about it, since Trump got elected and the trade war began in earnest. Some would argue that it began earlier, but yeah, basically you can say 2016 is when it began. And this affects a lot of countries. That includes Malaysia, definitely.
Yep.
But I would say that so far it has been a net positive. I feel. It has really benefited Malaysia more. And we know Anwar, our PMX, has a very international kind of outlook. He loves the attention and he loves to interact with foreign journalists. I think when Tun M, Tan Sri Muhyiddin and Ismail Sabri was around, I don't think there was a single visit to the US. China maybe?
Yeah.
But there's no visit to the US. So anyways, he visited it in hopes of getting investments.
Yes.
And he wrote, they said, hey, there's an MOU where China will want to invest in nearly 20 billion ringgit into Malaysia.
This is just one day only actually.
Just one day?
Yeah, just one day visit, and then they got some exchanges in MAUs about 20
Yeah, we
billion.
see this thing is MOU, right, guys? It's just saying, I will,
Yeah, it's
how I will do it, how it will impact, in what way, we don't know.
Yeah, there's no agreement signed. It's just a shake hands only.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is the few companies that they did mention. So number one is Cheetah Global with Shanghai SUS and Environment. So they're going to be developing a WTE, which is waste to energy power plants in Malaysia. But so far, even though the news came out, Cheetah Global didn't really react much. In fact, it actually went I think it went sideways only or maybe even went down few percent. Okay. So not so positive news so far for this company. Then another few one is more of Sendian Berhad's, not Sendian, private companies. So number one is PMSS World. So they're going to be doing warehousing and logistic corporation for this Beibu Gulf Port Group. And the last one is more on to do with plantation, so palm oil specifically, between Sime Darby Oil International and also this Guangxi Beibu Gulf. So they're gonna be building this refined palm oil in Qizhou, China. And yeah, they're gonna be, I think, more than double the annual transaction volume. I think previously it's about 250k. Now it's 500,000. So yeah, but this is just MOU so far, 20 billion. And another one is another side of the coin. After they meet China, then they go and meet US. So the US side, there's actually two meetings. One is they meet 15 major US companies. And also Anwar took the opportunity to share about Madadi economy, get their feedback and whatnot. And another side of things, after the morning is in the afternoon, he actually went and met the 4 big companies, which is Google, Boeing, Medtronic, and also Siemens Healthineers executive in New York. So the 15 companies that he met was actually a lot. There's Airbnb, Amazon Web Service, all these quite big names. And they are actually also trying to get FDI, but so far they haven't really tell you how much of FDI did they manage to capture. But in the past, they did say that in the first 6 months of 2023, they managed to get a FDI of total 1.8 billion for the manufacturing side specifically. And it had helped created about 1,558 jobs, which is pretty decent. Yeah, so I think that's about it. A very short one actually, because there's not much of concrete evidence showing that.
I mean, the key message here is that it's just an MOU.
Yeah.
Right. In fact, if you scroll through Bursa Malaysia's website, you see MOUs all the time, and they may or may not amount to anything. Some of them it's been years since the MOU. Nothing has happened. I'm not saying this is the case with Anwar's MOU, but pay attention that don't get too excited. But let's see. Expect the worst, hope for the best.
Yes.
But guys, before we move on, if you're someone looking to level up their stock investing skills and you need a lot more guidance, we do have a one-on-one program called the Mentorship Program. If you're interested, you can apply it in the comment section or the description. So next is foreign investors. This has been a talking point for a lot of Bursa investors because
they're back.
A lot of them has been leaving.
Yeah.
But at least now they are sensing a bit of stability with politics, which is probably why they have decided to get back in. Now, in what way is the comeback happening? Right?
So it is about this week itself, 235 million ringgit. You can see the net sellers are local retail and local institution. They have been a net seller for quite some time, but then that one big buy actually eliminated most of the net sell, and they are right now the net buyer, which is pretty interesting. Okay, so this is the sector that they have been going in. So 3, utilities, construction, and plantation, heavily on utility side. We shall see what company specifically they invest because there is some stats on the fund flow on that. But they have been selling off like healthcare, REITs, and consumer products and services. So that is their inflow and outflow. Okay, so these stats is basically them going into which company at that particular point of time. So this is the weekend for 11 August. This one is the 15 September. So this one you can see that net inflows, your top one for foreign investors, you can see like Maybank. Then you can see like YTL Power, Sunview, UEM, Sunrise, which is very interesting. Here you also see similar names also, YTL Power again. And you see YTL Corp, and Boosted also, and CIMB Bank. You can see that retail investor, right, it's actually pretty interesting. I mean, you can see they bought Kaylee Holdings in August. Not to say anything much, but then there's a very interesting thing in Kaylee that's happening with their management. A lot of like fighting. Yeah, correct.
Interesting. Maybe we can do a video on it next week or whatever.
Yeah.
So these are the companies.
So this one is the yellow color that I highlighted is basically.
I think I'll pause and maybe zoom into it if you can.
So is basically their month-on-month increase or in terms of investment into the company, and the orange color one is more of them exiting out. So you can see that in July to August, they actually exited quite a bit in Burma's Auto, but they enter a lot for SP Setia, UAM Sunrise, G-Tronic, Unisem, YTL Power, and Pharma Niaga. Then here you also can see like similar names also. They entered again for G-Tronic, YTL Power, SP Setia, UEM Sunrise, and Pharma Niaga. But they have exited more positions. You can see that Pinterest, Jaya, Sunri, Sunway, Bank and whatnot. So and this is the price charts once they entered, which is pretty interesting that you can see YTL Power and UAM Sunrise, it actually went up double. It's because of these foreign investors. And for G-Tronic, SP Setia, it has also pretty decent. You can see SP Setia is about 80% already. G-Tronic and Pharma Niaga is still somewhat dangling around like 20%. But all in all, it's actually boosted by foreign investors, again, so to speak. Any comments? I think it's positive signs. But the flip side is that with the exception of maybe G-Tronic and maybe Pharma Niaga, the rest are all mainly more short-term kind of stuff, right? Because there's going to be a lot more infrastructure projects being announced. And with government stability, that's when the construction sector maybe can, start to rise up again. Wow, it's already risen up quite a bit. Exactly.
So, I mean, YTL Power is at like, 2009, 2010 levels? That's crazy, right? Alright guys, enjoying the video so far? If the answer is yes, remember, like, comment, subscribe. And as far as comments go, if you don't like the video, do let us know as well. We always take all sorts of feedback, as long as they're constructive. So last bit is the target subsidies. Rafizi says that if oil price is at 100, you're looking at quite a hefty sum.
Yes, correct.
100 billion ringgit. And so he wants to be more precise, more strategic in the subsidy.
Yes.
That's why they call it target subsidies. Only subsidize the right group of people versus the others, mainly the B40 and maybe the M40. And yes, what is up?
Yeah, so what's interesting is that right now, if you go to DOSM's website, right, I mean, there's a lot of data.
Yeah, that's right.
They have been doing a lot of good
That's
things with our data. And now they actually internally, they have created this primary database, which is PADU. And that actually will help them to choose which area to subsidize,
Right.
which group of people that they will plan to subsidize. Not only based on income, they also start to add some other criteria, like for example, if this household, both parents and mother and father earn 5k, maybe it is not categorized as T20. I don't know how they're going to do it, but yeah, they're going to look into more details other than just income, purely income, and they are going to have this centralized base integrated database in order to make decisions to see which money can flow through into which group of people. And it's going to be launched very fast. It's like next year already, they will start doing it already, which is January 2024. Yeah, so they're going to be doing a lot of things at a fast pace. And yeah, so basically this target subsidy is unavoidable already. Yeah, It's not all talk already. They're going to execute it right away. Okay, so another interesting thing aside from target subsidy is the non-targeted subsidy, but it's basically on the floating price of rice.
Yeah.
So right now there is this deputy agriculture. They have been asking the government to actually not put a price control for rice, because right now it has been going up tremendously because of higher demand and not enough supply to feed these people. And also he did try to defend the farmers because they are not really earning much because of this price control. So yeah, we don't know whether they will start to lift. Probably will. I'm not sure. What do you think?
What do you mean they'll lift the price? I think they will, and they should. At the end of the day, it's a balance between the needs of the people and the producers. And we know that running these rice producing farms or companies are not exactly the most profitable business.
Yes,
right?
Correct. And other than rice, you also have this MSM. And in this article in March 15, right, they did say that they cannot produce much of sugar already because of the losses they are making operationally. So they did kind of say that they will stop doing it because they cannot cater to the rising raw material costs and also finance costs.
They cannot do it with the Johor plant being like that in the current price ceiling that they have.
Yes, correct.
So if sugar were to follow the route of rice and maize, then definitely they can. And I would even say if they decide to pause on the Johor refinery, that may also help them, or actually fix up the Johor refinery.
Yeah.
They'll have to spend money, but over the long run, it will be better. And also, try to sell some some sugar to Singapore.
Yeah.
Right, at Johor, right?
Yep. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, guys, we have a lot more insights into all these kind of companies. We've been talking about MSM a long time already. Before what we share on this video. If you want to get all this information a lot faster, a lot more efficiently, you need to be part of our FIRL Pro network of investors, high quality analysts, and even really smart rich retail investors. What's in FIRL Pro? These are reports to help you shortcut your research process so that you don't have to spend a lot of time. We all know stock analysis takes up a lot of time. And so we are here to help you with that. Not to make a decision for you, but to give you some of the information and equipment to speed that process up reliably. And if you want to check out what it looks like, check out our free sample. You can download in the comment section or description. And if you've already hopped onto the program within 10 days, if you don't like it, it's not for you, just send us an email within the 10-day time frame. Then we will pass you back the money, no questions asked. That's it. Guys, I hope to see you in the next video. Always appreciative for supporting us, and peace.